Anyway, allegations are people that were supposed to be in jail but weren't in jail and were caught not being in jail and were shot, I believe. Some of them, anyway. Like I say, Ronnie Breddy, I believe, tried to take over jail, and then, of course, there's all the women in jail that were blah, 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 blah. Like I say, I don't really care. I'm just Lucifer Starline, the creator. So, and then there's Rodney, who said that we're going to kill them in the bush. We're going to kill 10 of them. We're going to kill 100 of them. We're going to kill 1,000 of them. Like I said, he was just being a Republican stooge, so he was just an idiot. I don't know, fed drugs or cocaine by someone to basically fuck with me or lie to me, basically. And anyway, though, so like I say, a lot of people are living a lie, have been living a lie for a long time. Anyway, like I say, Rodney Briley and Rick Bush were fucked. They were going to go before me and get sentenced by me, basically. And they were sentenced by me. Or something. But like I said, for the most part, my sentence was pretty light. Like I said, I do give second and third chances, or second chances and a few chances. But, there was that point where I just said that's enough. And they were executed. Or tortured. Or someone took it upon themselves to torture and kill them themselves. So, like I said, like I've said many a times, I'm the nice one. But, even I had my limits. So anyway, Rodney and Rick Bush and the Republicans, they're living a lie, and it folded a long time ago. Nixon was just trying to keep it alive, like they're still. Nixon knew he failed a long time ago. Nixon and JFK knew that they failed, when he was like 40. But you didn't know that, and you didn't really necessarily realize that. And so, like I said, it was actually JFK or Nixon that was actually calling in phantom armies and fake things. They said Hitler, blah, 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 or the leader of Germany, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, actually, I had real armies and real things, and my people were winning, actually, because I had the battleships. I actually owned the SS Rodney and the SS what's it called, and all they were able to do is basically call that my Germany, my Bismarck, basically the enemy. Which they really weren't. They were actually allies. And that's about all they could do, and they just basically killed a bunch of people for no reason. So anyway, yes, Thumbelina. So anyway, like I say, I don't really care. I am the beginning and the end of life, and basically Lucifer Starline, like a very rich person, blah blah blah. And they did all this stuff about communism and blah blah blah, and basically just diluting government authorized delusion. Even the Vatican. It was just a mine, and they were reporting way too much gold income. They were reporting that they were actually mining like 200. Suddenly they went from mining like whatever amount of gold to 200% gold, and were suddenly the most profitable gold mine in the world. But they weren't actually mining it. They were just stealing it and melting it down and using swords to get it. So they were caught. Anyway. And somebody thought that I was the only one who caught them, but I was like, no, I was informed of it, blah blah. Like other people actually found out about it, just told me, so about everything. Like I said, I could explain every single scam, every single lie that they did to get to this point. And like I said, realistically, it was more like scrabbling up a wall for which they would never climb. And they knew, and Rick Bush and Rodney and the Republicans and Nixon and Jimmy Carter and a bunch of other people knew that they could never climb the wall. They would never get up it. But you didn't know that. Anyway, like I say, I don't really care. They majorly fucked up, and realistically, they were just living lives, and they were just looking for a good thing or a good time. But like I said, it turned sour on them. It turned bad. And in the end, they were having to have to do some really fucking horrible things, or at least like really fucked up horrible things happened, like their wife or their girlfriend ODing, or dying, or someone killing their wife, or it was almost like cursed gold. It was actually like they would actually probably call it Lucifer's curse. But I didn't curse them. It was just their stupidity, or their they did everything the wrong way. Yeah, like I say, I don't really know. I don't care. It's a bunch of kids, a bunch of people, and some people a bunch of children and a bunch of older people that really knew that they were fucked and they were just trying to get out of it. And realistically, they were told by quite a few people to just give me a good time and just be nice to me. But, you know, it's never that easy, or at least, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Like I say, I don't really care. I'm Lucifer Starline, 99 trillion years old, living my last life among you. And a bunch of people like Foos or the Punk. Like I said, Punk people thought it was so funny or whatever. And like I said, nobody liked the Punk show. And some of the Punkings actually ended up in death. Like you wouldn't know this because blah 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 blah. Of course they didn't air this, they didn't show this, but some of those people that got punked or whatever actually got killed. And Nixon took up the punking and actually started punking people to death. So, you know, like I say, you know, he was in control. Like I said, Nixon was basically an ex-president or an ex-whatever, an ex-military leader or something like that. And people originally thought that Nixon or JFK was this golden boy, this great person that we have to save, we have to protect. And realistically, he was like this horrible person that actually tortured and killed a lot of people behind closed doors. You know, Nixon and the Joe's witnesses, same thing. You know, that's why they lied about everything. That's why they did national security. That's why they did top secret. That's why they did need to know. You know, I just didn't. You know, I did need to know, and I didn't tell Rodney things because I got tired of explaining it to him. I got tired of telling him. Because every time I'd tell him, he'd be like, you know, and realistically, Nixon and JFK and Jimmy Carter and a bunch of other people, even the priests and the popes, were like, well, this is how you should really take this. You know, because they knew how you should really take this, but they didn't want you to take it the rational way. They wanted to see it their way. So like I say, I don't really care, you know, it's just a bunch of people getting killed, a bunch of people getting tortured, and mostly it was just a bunch of rape. And then later on, you know, and all things come around, as they say. You know, and then later on the women took vengeance. You know, and children took vengeance. I said that's why they were scared of me and scared of the orphanages, because the orphanages weren't under the Republican Guard control, or anyone else. And they took vengeance on people. They called it Nazi or Germany or whatever, but realistically, I had my orphanages taught with military strategy in mind, and also other things in science. And so they did what they were going to do, and they did a lot of things. And yeah, a lot of people got died, and some of them actually got tortured. And I don't know, I don't care. You know, I was just the one providing them with books and having them learn military strategies and all kinds of other stuff. And I don't know. You know, what they did, what they were going to do is what they did and what they were going to do. You know, there's a lot of parents that were apparently having sex with them or raping them or whatever or something. I don't really know. But I was protecting them. They were being taken out of the hands of their parents, and their parents were trying desperately. Even, like, one parent actually even sent like 25 guys in Model Ts to go and bust into the thing just to kill his son or kill whatever, just to kill a child. And the mother was visiting him or something like that, and he was going after the mother and the son, and I don't know why, but apparently it was really a serious issue. And like I said, you know, the cars got ended by some 50 cals or some heavy weapons. They tried to run the thing. They shot past one guard and then they got killed. And then another time, like, the guy pulled a gun. Some other parent pulled a gun and shot the child and went or started shooting the children or something like that. I don't really know. It's all in Germany. They're calling it terrorist action, this and that, but realistically, I don't know. You know, the guy psychotically wanted his child back for some reason or something. I said his child and his mother just wanted to be free of the parent. So I don't know. I said I'm just the protector. I'm just the person that was having, you know, allowing the parents or the mother to visit the children safely and all that other stuff. So, you know, whatever. You know, it's just my government, just my planet, just my institutions. all these people and these people who hated me for what? For being the best and kindest and most protective person ever? Like I said, a lot of Vietnam vets went over to China or whatever and were having sex with Chinese and raping Chinese and doing a lot of messed up things to Chinese. Saying that the women were putting glass in their pussies and all kinds of stuff and blaming the Chinese for everything. And realistically, the Chinese children were taking grenades and blowing up the helicopters and all kinds of other stuff. And it takes a lot for a child to actually want to blow up a helicopter. To actually sacrifice itself. I don't really know. Like I said, obviously, the USers were doing some really fucked up things to the Chinese people. Like I said, there's also things like them lining up people on the middle of a road and then driving a four-wheel drive vehicle through the mall. I guess they didn't want to spend the bullets. Like I said, probably because China knew of me. Like I said, the truth is the truth, and there's no escaping the truth. Even I couldn't escape the truth. I'm Lucifer Starline. The Lucifer Starline. So you can run around me. You can fuck around with me. You can do this, you can do that. It's like, I'm just living one life, and that's my last life. I don't really care. Rodney Rick Bush, like I say, I'll never die, I'll never grow old, the truth will never be known. Mr. Jimmy Carter, he died, he's dead, he's long dead. He died years ago. The Republicans and the Democrats failed like 1963 or 1955 or so. Everything that they've been saying, everything that they're doing, it's all fake. Everything that the JFK did was fake. They started in a school giving out medals, blah, 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 fake commemorations. It was all fake. There's people with Purple Hearts that didn't deserve Purple Hearts. Like, it was all cross-reference, and I ordered it, and and all these military vets, or military whatever, blah, blah. And people were saying, these aren't actually Vietnam veterans. These aren't veterans of any war or anything. So, there's all these American soldiers, or U.S. soldiers, that realistically, they didn't deserve any medals. They weren't doing anything good. Like I say, I don't care. The Middle East has their own investigators and their own people. So does Israel. The truth is the truth, even with me. I named America. I came up with the word gold, with the word gold and everything else like that. And that's me, and I'll admit that. I'm fine with that. Yes, I nuked Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and I'm sorry for that. Like, I believed it was the right thing to do. I believed I was in a war, and I was trying to stop someone. My mistake, okay? I admit that. I did not have anyone tortured. In fact, like I said, waterboarding and other things, that was what I required. That's why I said that they couldn't leave any physical marks. I wouldn't be responsible for people being tortured or seriously hurt. What happened to JFK and Richard Nixon and some other people, well, that was different. I was the creator back then. And I even admit, and I even felt bad for what I did. I suppose they didn't deserve it. And besides, like I said, 120 after 39 years of torture, they're just babbling vegetables anyway. So, anyway, I might have even tried to give them a normal life afterwards, as saying I'm sorry. Nobody could force me. I just did everything because it was the right thing to do. I could have done whatever I wanted. But, what I want, if you have a choice, you should do the right thing. And that's what I did. That's what I wanted to do. And like I said, every single time that I made a mistake, every single time I was lesser, my people would always correct me and say, like, you don't really mean that. And I would say, but I do. But I would think about it. And I would realize maybe they're right. Like I said, they're all, I let them go ahead and shape me and control me. Or shape me anyway. And I said that one researcher, which I will always remember forever, on that one spaceship. She was right. Yeah, whatever. I don't really care. All these people around me,